Amazon FBA shipping, preparing your boxes, sending cartons from either your supplier or your freight forwarder's warehouse over in China, all the way to the Amazon fulfillment center or warehouse in the US can be a complex topic. There's a lot of moving parts like carton sizes and box and package weights, the ship from address. Today, I want to walk you through both shipping from your supplier or your freight forwarder in China. What about if they have a warehouse in California? And also, if you're ever shipping products from your house into Amazon or your 3PL into Amazon. I'll break all of those down in today's video. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back to those of you my subscribers. My name is Brian Noonan. I'm a full-time Amazon FBA seller, mentor, and business coach. Right here on my YouTube channel, I release weekly videos covering everything Amazon, e-commerce, personal development. If you enjoy that type of content, do me a favor right now. Head on down and press subscribe. Give me a like on this video. I can see each and every one of you who take just a moment to press subscribe, and I appreciate each of you. My job right here on this channel is to help educate, teach, impact as many lives as possible, sharing my story, documenting my journey of how I went from a struggling broke drug addict 7.5 years ago, being able to build multiple six-figure online businesses. Let's jump into it. All right, guys, well, welcome inside the video. So let's jump into it. So before we jump into how to create your shipping plan, I just wanted to talk a little bit about, international shipping, DDP shipping, FOB, EXW, the importing process, duties, tariffs, taxes, insurance, bonds. All of those things come into play, right, when we're importing products from overseas. For most of you guys, for your first shipment, or if you are sourcing from overseas like China, your shipment's going to be coming from China. So there's some things that we need to make sure that are taken care of, either by the supplier if you're paying them for the DDP shipping, or if you're having a freight forwarder handle the DDP shipping. DDP shipping, guys, you want to either pay your supplier or your freight forwarder for DDP shipping. That stands for door-to-door delivery, all duty deliveries paid. When you're importing products into the United States, there's a couple things that are important. It needs to have made in China on each unit and on each carton. There's duties and taxes that are due for imports. And also there's tariffs on certain products and really high tariffs on different products. So it's important that you either hire and pay your supplier or your freight forwarder for DDP shipping terms. So I wanted to just talk about kind of the two, the trade terms and the differences between them. And then two main things to keep in mind when you're paying for the shipping service. One is the method of transportation. Is it going to be on an airplane? Is it going to be sea? Now with sea, with airplane, 7 to 10 days. With sea, it comes on a boat. But then there's like 3 different options for boat. There's like fast sea shipping, super Matson fast sea shipping, which is like 25 to 35 days. There's standard sea shipping, 40 to 55 days. And then there's really Costco slow shipping, which is, 50 to 60 days. Obviously, you've probably seen in the news all the port backups with the ship, large container ships, floating out at sea. How do you avoid that? Working with a really good freight forwarder, guys, who knows the ins and outs of what ports are backed up and which ones aren't is going to help you. As well as I've noticed paying for fast sea shipping works better than normal or the cheapest sea shipping. So method of transport of the freight, is it going to go on a plane and be air? Is it going to be sea? If it is going to be sea, is it normal sea? Is it fast sea? Is it the super Matson fast sea shipping? All of them will have different prices depending on your product. You also want to make sure that the freight forwarder you're working with, is reliable, trustworthy, professional, and you never want to hand over your shipment or your products, guys, before getting an estimate of how much it's going to cost. The worst mistake you could do is picking a freight forwarder but not getting a quote first, and then they pick up all your products and are in control of all your products in shipment and cartons. They have it at their warehouse, and now they charge you $4,000 when you thought it was only going to be $2,000. Yes, shipping prices go up and down every day like gas prices, but all freight forwarders should be able to give you an estimated quote for all of your cartons and the DDP shipping service, all right? I do have 2 freight forwarders that I work with for all of my Amazon shipments. That's Michelle from Forest Leopard and Wendy from Bond Med, okay? So you're welcome to reach out to me if you need their contact information. Now, shipping terms, guys, we talked about DDP. That's the one you really want. In most cases, either you pay your supplier or your freight forwarder for DDP shipping service. If you're going to work with your supplier and your freight forwarder is going to go to the supplier's warehouse to pick up your products, Then you can pay your supplier EXW or X Works. This means the supplier is only responsible for making your product, packaging it, and putting it out back for you to come pick up. FOB stands for freight on board. If you pay your supplier FOB price, it's a little higher usually than EXW price. FOB means the supplier is responsible for making your product, packaging your product, shipping your product to the nearest seaport. And then I never recommend DDU or DAP. These are just complex, and you have to worry about customs and the border and picking up your products once they get to the United States. So I never recommend those. One of them has gone away. I think DDU or DAP went away. But DDP is what you want to hire either your supplier or freight forwarder for. Yes, you can use your supplier for DDP shipping, but make sure you reach out to a couple of freight forwarders at least and get prices for the shipment to make sure your supplier isn't, ripping you off, charging you too much. So the process, guys, we have the factory, right? We have the factory that our manufacturer is making our products, or the pickup address. We have 2 to 5 days for freight forwarder to go there after your final inspection is done to pick up the products. Then they're going to get them to the nearest Chinese seaport. Then they're going to arrange for the boat or the plane, if it's air transportation, it's a little bit different. If it's going on a boat, they're going to arrange the boat to pick up your products. Then they get to the United States. They have to get through customs and the border. And then once they go through there, as long as, everything looks good, duties are paid, customs are paid, labeling is correct. Any certificates, like if there's wooden products, sometimes it requires a fumigation certificate. Your freight forwarder will know all the ins and outs of all the paperwork that's required. You shouldn't have any trouble. Then a truck usually will pick up your products from the port and deliver them to the Amazon warehouse. There's a couple barcodes, guys, that are important when it comes time to label, package, and ship your products to Amazon. If the products are coming to Amazon, you always need the F&SKU barcode, which looks like this one. It has your product title, first part of your product title right here, new condition, and it always needs to be white background, black text. That's the F&SKU. You get this barcode after you create the listing. After the listing is switched to FBA, Fulfillment by Amazon, you can go to your Manage Inventory page and click Print Item Labels, or during the shipping plan process, I'll show you here where you can get them there. But this is your F&SKU. This will never change. One F&SKU goes on each unit. The other barcode we need is what's called the FBA Carton label. This is what the FBA Carton label looks like, and it's numbered each box. If you have 50 cartons or 50 boxes, 10 units per box, 500 units total. Then the FBA barcodes will be one FBA barcode on each box. These are the identifiers for your cartons or your shipping boxes, okay? So where do we go to do the shipping plan? I'll show you that in just a minute here, but first I just wanted to go over a few requirements from Amazon. So you can't send in loose products, guys. Packaging requirements. Each unit needs the F&SKU on it. You can use the manufacturer barcode, the UPC, the GS1 UPC, but I usually always recommend just going with the Amazon barcode, which is the F&SKU. So each unit needs to have an F&SKU on the outside of the packaging. No loose products. So if you're selling, you guys, a water bottle and a tumbler cleaner, or a tumbler and a water bottle and a cleaner brush that goes with it, all 2 or 3 of those items need to go in one box together in one box. And then on the outside of that box, the F&SKU. You can't have one box for each piece that goes to your product or set and then, try to send it in that way. Final box packaging for all the items, accessories, or whatever comes with your product all goes into one box, okay? And then cartons. For cartons, guys, no more than 50 pounds each carton. No greater than 25 by 25 by 25 inches on each carton, okay? And then any poly bags, these are just clear plastic bags, guys, that have an opening, of roughly 6 inches or 5 inches or opening or larger, need a suffocation warning label printed on the poly bag. So if your product has a poly bag, either inside the box or you're using a poly bag, which is your other option instead of a box, if you're using any poly bags, it has 5 inches or larger opening, suffocation warning label, either printed on the bag in black ink or sticker labeled on there, okay, guys, to avoid any issues. Cartons, no more than 25 by 25 by 25 inches and not greater than 50 pounds. If they're over that, guys, the sizes is over 25 inches, your product, or the cartons are over 50 pounds, you can go up to 150 pounds and roughly 24 by 40 inches. if you use pallets. Okay, so that's another option as well. Now let's go over where you're going to create the shipping plan. So you're going to come into Seller Central. You're going to go on the right-hand side of your listing, and you're going to go to Send Replenish Inventory on the listing that you want to create a shipping plan for. Now, if you are shipping multiple SKUs or 2 colors of the same product, you could check the little box on the left side of the Manage Inventory page. Check the little box on the far left of each listing. Go up above. There's a little gray button that says Actions on 2 selected, and then do Send Replenish Inventory with both SKUs right in there, okay? Now, step number 1, guys, is going to be to choose a ship from address. So here you'll probably just click ship from address, add a ship from address. What ship from address do you enter? Okay, you have a couple options here. You can either enter the full name and address of your supplier, or sometimes the freight forwarder, like my freight forwarder, Wendy or Michelle, will have me put their California warehouse as the ship from address to get an Amazon warehouse on the West Coast. You don't get to choose which Amazon warehouse your products are going to, but you can kind of change the ship from address. Instead of your supplier in China's address, you can try your freight forwarder's address, in California, like Michelle and Wendy both have, and that will usually make the products go to the West Coast. But either your supplier's full name and address, or if you're using a freight forwarder like Wendy or Michelle, you would put Wendy or Michelle's ship from warehouse here, either their warehouse in China, or if they want you to use the warehouse in California, you'll enter their full name and address there. So you'll click on, add an address, add contact. You need the name of your freight forwarding company, then your name in the full name. Company is optional. Then it's going to ask for Providence, city, district, and the country it's coming from. Let's say China. Then you put in your freight forwarder's name, and then it's going to ask if it is coming from, you're entering your freight forwarder's address in China. You'll need Providence, city, district, zip code for your freight forwarder's address in China. Same thing if you're doing your supplier as the ship from address. You'll need Providence, city, district, zip code for that, okay? Email is optional. Then you guys will just press select on that contact or address. If you're shipping products from your house or a 3PL, you'll want to add your home address in here or the 3PL's address as a new contact as the ship from address. Once you do that, guys, you're going to do United States as the marketplace destination. Then we're going to scroll down here, guys, and we're going to click on Create New Case Package Template. Package template name, you can call it whatever your product is. Units per box. Well, you get this information from your supplier. Let's say there's 50 units per box. No, let's say there's 10 units per box, and I'm sending 500 units. There's 10 units per box, 50 boxes. That's 500 units. All right. Box dimensions. This you'll get from your supplier. It needs to be in inches. They'll probably give it to you guys in centimeters. You'll need to convert it with Google. Just type in 46 centimeters to inches, and then put that number here. Then they say it's 55 centimeters. Put that into inches, and then do that for all 3 dimensions. This is for 1 carton, guys. 1 carton goes here. Box weight. Let's say they say it's 16.7 kilograms. Translate 16.7 kilograms to pounds. Let's say that's 32 pounds. All right, and then it's going to say prep category. Select prep category. You're going to want to click there and choose no prep needed and save. Now, if you get an error message at the top here that says missing package weight and dimensions, you'll want to click there. And then what goes there? Well, guys, right there, what you're going to need to enter is the package size, length, width, height, and package weight for 1 unit. So right here on your box template, this is for your whole carton, all the big one with 10 units or 20 units, however many you have per carton, that goes here. But then it's going to ask you for ASIN, weight, size, dimensions. That's for just 1 product in a box, okay? So then you're going to save that, and then no prep needed. And then over here, you're going to select the new template that you just created, all right? Then you're going to put over here, you have number of boxes. Let's say I have 50. Then you're going to click ready to send and just make sure it's the correct total number of units. so that you have the right units per box and total number of boxes. Now I'm going to lower this down because, guys, the reason I did that is open shipping plans do affect your IPI, inventory performance score. So I just want to go way low here just to make sure if this saves and doesn't update for 24 hours or 72 hours when I delete it, that it's not affecting my IPI. So I'm just going to go way down. Then you're going to click on ready to send. And then you're going to click on prep, confirm and continue. Okay, we're going to do that. Then we're going to go to step 2, guys. And what do you do here? The next step, what we're going to do is confirm the ship date. Here, guys, is when I would estimate. So let's say you're creating the shipping plan towards the end of production, which is when I recommend once you're about 1 week out from the product being done, do your shipping plan. So let's say the inspection is going to happen next Wednesday. Then give yourself an extra week. So instead of next Wednesday, the inspection date, give yourself another 7 to 15 days. So let's say my inspection is on the 23rd. I'm going to go out to like January 1. And the reason I do that is because, guys, after 90 days, Amazon will shut down this shipping plan automatically and close it. Now, Amazon will typically still accept your inventory, but you don't want the shipment to not arrive within 90 days. So your ship date, estimate longer further out. Even if it gets picked up early, that's okay. Also, guys, you can see at the top here that I had the 10 units per carton, 50 cartons. If your sizes change, not greater or less by 6%, up or down, more or less, that's okay. You don't have to do a new shipping plan. So if I had in there 50 units, but in fact I am going to end up shipping, or 500 units, but I'm actually shipping 559 units, I wouldn't need to do a whole new shipping plan because your shipping plan can be off, up or down, more or less on units or cartons by 6% up or down without having to delete and redo the shipping plan, okay? So that's an important part. Now here, guys, you're always going to probably be doing small parcel delivery unless you're doing a LTL container load, but small parcel delivery is going to be the right one to go with. Shipment number 1, guys, you can see that I'm shipping to Memphis, Tennessee is my Amazon fulfillment warehouse. Amazon tells us where to ship our products to right here on this step. We don't know where our products are going to until this step right here. Now, if you guys notice that you have like 3 shipments, it's going to 3 different warehouses, what do you do then? I just recommend you go into your settings on the top right, go all the way down to Fulfillment by Amazon, and turn on Inventory Placement Service. So you pay, $100 to $300, and you only have to ship to 1 warehouse. That's Inventory Placement Service. In this case, guys, it's $0 for a placement fee, which I can see down here. I have no placement fee, and I only have to ship to 1 warehouse, so you're good to go if that's the case. But if it says 2, 3, 4 warehouses, I would usually just turn on that placement service to only have to ship to 1 warehouse and let Amazon switch it all around or shift it all around. Next, guys, if you're shipping from China or your freight forwarder, you're going to select non-Amazon partnered carrier and other. And that's going to be the way you go, guys. And then accept charges. And then you're going to print box labels. And you're done. Then the only other thing you may need is the FBA shipment ID, which you can get down here. Or at the very top, it'll be up here in your Manage FBA Shipments. Now, I'm not going to confirm this shipment just to be safe. But I do want to discuss. So let's say I choose other. Next step, accept charges and confirm. And then the last step, guys, is print box labels. These are those FBA carton labels. They're right here. They look like this. Download these, save them to your computer, send them to your supplier or freight forwarder, whoever is going to be labeling your carton. So you can see it right there, okay? And then you're done. Proceed to enter tracking details. You don't have the tracking details until your freight forwarder sends them to you. But at that time, you can come back in here and enter your tracking number, right? One more thing, guys. If you are shipping from your house or a 3PL, you will, under step 3, still select small parcel delivery, but then you're going to always want to use Amazon partnered carrier. Always, okay? You're always going to want to use Amazon partnered carrier and buy UPS discounted partnered carrier shipping. It's for like 100 units, less than $100. Like, it's really cheap, guys. So if you're shipping from a U.S. address like your house, or a 3PL into Amazon, always do SPD, small parcel delivery, an Amazon UPS partnered carrier, and you buy shipping right there on step number 3, and you print your prepaid shipping label. So you'll put the FBA carton label, box label on your box, your shipping, and the prepaid UPS label. And then you just drop it off at UPS or schedule a pickup from your house or 3PL on UPS's website, and you guys are good to go. Thank you guys so much for watching today's video going over prep, label, and shipping details for Amazon FBA shipments. Leave any questions you have down below. Thank you for watching. I will see you on my next video.